Hello to all of you, my organic farming enthusiasts, and welcome to yet another video here on our tiny garden, where we are always dedicated to the science and the art of organic farming. In this video, we'll learn more about powdery mildew, what it is, and how to control it biologically. Powdery mildew is a fungal disease that appears as a white, powdery growth on the leaves, stems, and flowers of various plants. It really thrives in warm, dry conditions and can affect a wide range of host plants, and this includes roses, cucumbers, squash, and grapes. Infected plants often exhibit stunted growth, distorted leaves, and they have a reduced yield or fruit quality. While powdery mildew doesn't usually kill plants outright, it can weaken them and make them more susceptible to other stresses or diseases. It's very important for us to understand the pathophysiology of powdery mildew disease. And I know, guys, don't worry, we are breaking down this jargon. So, powdery mildew will initiate its infection process through the release of airborne spores, which we call conidia, and this one will be released onto susceptible plant surfaces. Now, these spores will germinate when conditions are favorable, and typically we are talking about warm and dry environments, and then they will adhere to the plant's surface through specialized structures that we call appressoria. All right, so once attached, the fungi will develop specialized feeding structures, which we call haustoria, which will then penetrate the plant cells and extract the nutrients. The mycelium of the fungi will then spread across the plant surface, forming the characteristic white powdery growth that we usually see, and this one is composed of branching chains of conidiophores. Conidiophores are basically structures that produce the conidia that we have talked about, and we said these are the airborne spores. The infection cycle continues as the new conidia are produced, enabling the spread of the disease to other parts of the plant or nearby plants. The economic impact of powdery mildew is substantial as it affects a wide range of economically important crops. Infestations cause significant damage to crops, leading to reduced yield and quality, as well as increased production costs due to the need for control measures. There are many ways of controlling powdery mildew organically or biologically. However, in this video, we shall look at three categories of controlling powdery mildew, and we shall look at the mechanical and physical control. We will look at botanical control, and of course, one of my favorites as a microbiologist, we are going to look at microbial control. Mechanical and physical controls such as crop rotation and pruning can effectively manage powdery mildew in agricultural settings. Crop rotation basically involves alternating the types of crops that we grow in a particular field over multiple growing seasons, and this one disrupts the life cycle of the fungus and reduces the inoculum buildup in the soil. By planting non-susceptible crops or those with different growth habits, we are able to create less favorable conditions for powdery mildew development. Pruning, on the other hand, practices helps improve air circulation within the plant canopies, reducing humidity levels and creating an environment that is less conducive to fungal growth. Pruning also removes infected plant parts, which help limit the spread of powdery mildew within the crop. Next category is botanical control, and this one involves using natural substances that are derived from plants to suppress or inhibit fungal growth. Some of these substances are, but not limited to, naringin, cresophanol, and eugenol. Cresophanol is a natural compound that is found in some plants like rhubarb and exhibits antifungal properties against powdery mildew. It works by disrupting the fungal cell membranes and interfering with the essential cellular processes, ultimately leading to the inhibition of fungal growth and reproduction. When applied as a treatment, cresophanol penetrates the fungal structures such as the mycelium and the spores. Remember, we talked about this when we looked at the pathophysiology of powdery mildew and effectively suppresses the development of powdery mildew on plant surfaces. Trisulfonol can be found in other plants like aloe vera and also certain fungi like those ones that belong to the Aspergillus genus. And finally, we have the last category, which is microbial control. Now, we have 3 microbes that have been studied extensively and they have been used in the biological control of powdery mildew. We have Ampelomyces, quisqualis, we also have Bacillus subtilis, and we have Bacillus amyloliquefaciens. Ampelomyces quisqualis is a naturally occurring parasitic fungus that serves as a biological control agent against powdery mildew. When applied to plants, it exhibits what we call hyperparasitism, which is one of the coolest things about it. So when it is applied to plants, Ampelomyces spores germinate and infect the fungal structures, including the mycelium and the spores of the powdery mildew fungus. And then once it is established, Ampelomyces competes with the powdery mildew for nutrients and space, ultimately reducing the severity of the disease. Additionally, Ampelomyces may produce enzymes or other compounds that directly inhibit the growth and the reproduction of powdery mildew. In the subsequent videos on plant fungal diseases, we shall be looking at how Bacillus subtilis and Bacillus amyloliquefaciens control other fungal diseases. One of the most important things to note is that all these solutions are commercially available and they come in various formulations that are suitable for different application methods and target crops. So some of the common packaging options may include liquid concentrates that are packaged in containers such as bottles or drums. We also have them packaged as wettable powders in water-soluble bags or pouches, granules for soil application in bags. We can also have seed treatments in liquid, powder, or granular forms, and they can also be packaged as ready-to-use formulations in spray bottles or trigger sprayers. And there you have it. Now you understand the science behind organic or biological control of powdery mildew. And the most important thing is that you know how to apply this science in your own garden. In the next video, we check out another pest and we shall be looking at the biological control of red spider mites. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you found it to be informative, please do share it with someone who might be interested in this kind of content, and please do consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Until the next video, happy gardening.